guys, welcome back. I hope everybody had a great 4th of July. Everybody's got their fingers and toes and nothing's burned. I had a very quiet evening. Well, it wasn't quiet, it was quite noisy, but we didn't do much. Barbecued. That was about it. The dogs slept through most of it. And yesterday, that's what I was really worried about. But we did contact my vet, and my vet did tell us to give my dog a little bit of Benadryl. And my dog slept through the entire thing. Towards the end, he started to wake up, but he was still groggy and he started to shake when he started hearing it. I can only imagine what it would have been like without it. So, I have a fantastic question from a woman, D. So, D writes, I am a newbie and I have a layers question. I am just trying to understand, okay? You put down, for example, a light layer of blue. Why put down that layer if it's going to be covered up by another layer, say in the same color? Another example is that you put down a light layer of blue for the base, and then you put down a different shade of blue on top of that base. Why even put down the layer if you're going to cover it over it, say with a slightly different shade of blue? If you put down the color that was used the second time without the color you put down as the first one, would that second color look that much different? Do you really need the first color under the second color? Seems like a waste of time. Excellent question. Dee was thinking about it, and let's just take a look at how it works. So this was a very common question, and let's take a look at what I'm actually doing. I'm going to put down a light layer. Okay, just like I tell everybody, first layer wax, very light. Okay? What I'm actually doing, now if you look at a side view of paper, kind of looks like this. And this is what we talk about when we talk about tooth. This is your paper's tooth. It happens to be on the edge, and it's all that wood pulp that's pressed down. It's never really smooth. It's not glass. It's porous, and it's made up of these little fine fibers, all kind of meshed together like this and pressed. If you ever made homemade paper, you'd understand that it's the pulp that presses down to make the sheet of paper. So you're taking your pencil, and what you're doing is you're lightly scraping it off the top, right like this. And what's going to happen is bits of wax are going to be deposited into this tooth, into these little holes that are on the paper. Now, they're so small, it just looks like a line, or I've colored in the whole paper, but you're really not coloring in the whole paper. You're just depositing these little fine bits of wax. Now if I take, say, another blue, and let me get another Prismacolor out. Okay, so now I have another blue, and I'm depositing that over in a light layer, like this. Yeah, I've just covered up that bottom layer, but you've now added in this, and it's just on the top, and you've added in a different color. Now say I want to add in a third color. Okay? And I go and I put, you can see that yellow on that paper, but I can also see that purple, and I could see the blue because I have very light layers. So now I have yellow deposited. When you go to do a blending layer, and you take your pencil and you start doing your circles, what you're going to come up with is green. You're not going to come up with the yellow that you're using. Now, say you use mineral spirits. Let's see if I have any here. I have a little bit. Okay, so now I'm using mineral spirits. I'm going to break up that pigment and the wax, and it's going to blend into the green. You see that? So it's not so much the color that I'm putting on top is not necessarily going to be that color. Now, I'm good at this, and this is why you come and you learn about coloring. Now, sometimes I could do 3. Now, I can add this purple, and I can add a pink to it. I already know what this color is going to turn out to be, and I want to add a little bit of red in there. Okay. Now if I take my pencil and I smash them all together, I get a blend. But there's more red on this side because I put more red there. Okay? And I put a little extra over here and more purple on that side. Okay, when I blend them together, this will show it more. I've got like an ombre effect. Well, a whole entire picture is a blend. You're kind of sculpting in colored wax. When you're using an oil-based pencil or a harder wax pencil, now, this is Inktense. This is not the same. Let's see if I have my Holbeins on my desk. I was using them before. Okay, here's my Holbein. This is an oil wax pencil. It's a combination pencil. But here I'm putting down a layer of this oil pencil. If I had polychromos, it would be a better example. And let's see if I have another pencil over that. Well, here's the yellow. I'm putting wax over it. My wax is not going to blend into my oil. They're not going to kind of meld together like you would putting a cake together. You're going to get like a cellophane effect where you have your blue and your yellow on top of each other. Well, you add in a whole bunch of that blue, yellow, a little bit of pink, whatever color that you're adding in, you're going to get a whole new color. And that's how you're going to shade. No object out there is just a flat color. If I did anything, like say I was coloring this circle, okay, and I went in and I smashed down one layer instead of building it up. Well, this color now looks very flat. It's not doing anything. You have no movement in it, no 3D. It's just a blob of color on paper. What I've done by going hard and in one layer to achieve the same amount of wax as over here, I've now smashed down my tooth. And instead of being able to put multiple layers and get that full richness and the blending and the different hues and shades that I need to create something, I'm going to burnish it, which means I'm going to smash it all down really quick, and I won't be able to get another layer of something on top of it because my pencil's going to just ride right over it's going to be full. And my pencil will just ride right over the top of that. See? You could barely tell. Even though I can use a heavy hand, you will still barely be able to tell. But because I did light layers, my tooth is still good on here. You can see that yellow popping up on it. My lighter layers, you're going to be able to see that yellow through. Over here, same thing. See it. Here, no. And I could show you with the blue. I could burnish, go heavy on the blue. Now I want to go use the yellow. You can barely see it. There's still a little bit of tooth in it, but not much. Still, with lighter layers, I can keep going. See a difference in it? Watch. I can, with using lighter layers, I can continue for 10, 20 layers. But on here, you barely see it. So I hope that answers your question. And if anybody has any of these quick questions, I will be more than happy to do a video for you. Take care, and I will see you guys in my next video.